Hello friends, my name is Ansh Joshi. Today we are going to see the topic what are the major vulnerabilities of big data. So what is big data? Big data refers to the vast volume of data generated, collected and processed in the digital age. It comprises data, various sources including social media, sensors and transaction records. Uh, Big data is characterized by its high velocity, veracity and volume, making it challenging to manage and analyze. What is vulnerabilities? Vulnerability, vulnerability in the context of computing refers to the weakness or flaws in software, hardware, and network system. This weakness can be exploited by malicious actor to gain unauthorized access, steal, or compromise the system integrity. Vulnerabilities are often security risks that needs to be identified and addressed to protect digital assets. So let's see what are the challenges in data security. So insufficient authorization, insecure cloud, insecure network services, insecure software and firmware, insufficient security compatibility, lack of transport encryption, insufficient physical security. So, so this slide is all about understanding the fundamental stages in big data and cloud system, which we call the big big three. These stages are data ingress. This is where data enters in the system from various sources, like data flowing into a tunnel. Stored data. Once the data is inside the system, it is stored for processing or analysis, like putting it on a shelf or later use. Data output. This is when processed data is sent to other parties or application, like data leaving through a doorway. The important thing to know is that each of these stages can have weakness or vulnerabilities. For example, when data comes in form of unstructured, untrusted sources during the data ingress stage, it it can carry malware or corrupted data. If there are problem in the storage system, sensitive data might be exposed, and during the data output stage, the data can be leaked. So understanding this stage is like building the foundation of better security and protection of data and network system. Now, what is administrative authorization? So this this in this side we will talking about that which uh, that how the sensitive information are accepted by the right people for proper authentication and user access control are the foundation for our security access. One thing to remember is that big data administrator or cloud provider also have access to data, so we need to monitor and control this access carefully. If we fail to implement strong authentication and monitoring, it can open the door to security vulnerabilities that unauthorized user might exploit. To strengthen our security, we have two key strategies. First is mainly the two-factor authentication. This add an extra layer of security for administrative account. Even if someone gets hold of login credentials, there still needs a strong factor or a second factor, like a code from a mobile app to get into it. This have this helps to mitigate the risk of unauthorized access. Now the second solution is that role-based access control. Role-based access control assigns a permission based on role. So administrators only have to access to the data and functions they need for their task. This minimizes the risk of administrator with too many privileges, like making unauthorized data changes. Now see what is Lex no security database. So let's shift our focus to the Lex NoSQL database security. NoSQL database are the dynamic, frequently updated, but sometimes get overly looked. This can lead to many vulnerabilities. So to secure this database, we need to concentrate on authentication, authorization, auditing, and encryption of our database. These are the key pillar of NoSQL database security. They ensure that only authorized user access the data. Actions are monitored and data is encrypted to protect it from prying eyes. Now, the two solutions are page management, regularly updating database software with patches is crucial. Neglecting patches can leave the system to the non-security faults. Think of it as keeping the door open and means keeping the door locked again, and the difference is that keeping the door locked in the known intruders. Now, the other security training and awareness. Training database administrator and developer about security best practices is vital. A lack of security awareness can lead to misconfiguration and other vulnerabilities that attackers might exploit. So, what is data provenance challenges? So, on this slide, we are addressing the data provenance challenges. Data provenance includes metadata, revealing interaction with data, while data links records the data access and changes. This the issue here is that manipulable metadata can compromise data integrity and organization. To mitigate these challenges, we need to focus on encryption and access control. These are the essential to protect the data provenance, making sure that only authorized user can access and modify it. Now, the two solutions are audit trail and monitoring. Implement robust audit trail and continuous monitoring help us to identify unauthorized changes or manipulations in data provenance. Without these measures, malicious activities might go unnoticed, impacting data accuracy. Data data tampering detection. System should include the mechanism to detect data tampering in provenance record. Without this, we can't trust the authentication of our data. Now, data tampering detection. Here we have done. Now, now we are talking about the responsibility of big data providers. When we trust third-party providers, we with our big data infrastructure, it doesn't eliminate risk. Sometimes it provides induced vulnerability can emerge into system failures or fail to maintain our security environment control. So, to ensure security, we need to keep eye on two crucial aspects: data backup and data discovery. Providers should regularly back up the data and have disaster recovery mechanism in place. This safeguards against the data loss due to mm, due to some unprovisioned event or it preventing it from downtime of our server. Now, compliance, and regulations. A big data provider must adhere to industry specific regulations and compilation standards. Failure to compile can lead to legal consequences and data breaches also. So, regularly adherence is critical. So, now who is responsible for security? So, we are, it is the security issues often arises due to unadequate data checks or balances. Everyone from system owners to users share the responsibility of security. So here are the two key strategies to ensure security. In addition to preventive measure, organization should have robust incident responsive plan in place. This ensures swift and effective response to our security incidences and minimizing potential damage. The other is security culture and training. Fostering a security aware culture within the organization is essential. Regular training and awareness program should help the employer to recognize and report security threats, reducing the risk of security breaches. So, in summary, everyone plays a part in securing big data systems, and the data they handle, it is not just a responsibility of one group. It is collective effort to keep digital content safe. So, that's from my side. Thank you.